We're called to order on successor agency. Roll call. City Clerk, please.
Councilmembers Ramirez.
Here.
And Valencia. Here. Vice Mayor Perez.
Here.
And, oh, sorry, it's supposed to be Chair, Vice Chair, and Chair.
I'm
Chair
still- I'm
Ayala.
still
You're
here.
still here, thank you.
Here. There's two consent items for consideration. Is there anybody wanting to talk on these that you have a card for, Teresa?
No, Mayor.
I'll move
All
it.
Second.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Agency members Ramirez.
Aye.
Valencia. Aye. Vice Chair Perez.
Aye.
And Chair Ayala.
Aye. Do we have an executive director's report?
Chair Ayala, we do not tonight.
Okay, thank you. And is there anybody wishing to speak under oral communications?
None.
Okay, seeing none, we're adjourned. Now to the main event. The regular meeting of the Norwalk City Council is now hereby called to order, invocation and pledge. This evening, we're honored to welcome Pastor Arthur McKibben from Lamoureux Church of the Nazarene, a proud Norwalk resident since 2006. Pastor McKibben has dedicated his life to uplifting the community. Through his leadership with Life Course 6 coaching, he empowers individuals to thrive both personally and professionally. Following the invocation, we invite 9-year-old Norwalk resident Jonah Nunez, a student at Dahlin Elementary School, to lead us in the flag salute. Jonah is proudly autistic, enjoys playing his Nintendo Switch with his cousin Jonah Jr., and even his own YouTube channel. You can follow him at Jonah, K-A-I Nunez. I encourage you to do that. We'd like both guests to come forward. Once the invocation pledge are complete, for a photo with council. Please come forward.
Good evening, City Council members, Mayor, City staff. As you gather today to deliberate on important issues facing our community, let us turn our hearts towards the wisdom of the Scriptures. Psalms 121, we are reminded of the unwavering support that guides us through challenges. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. This passage serves to reassure us that we are not alone in our endeavors. As you navigate the complexities of leadership, may you draw strength from this promise. The one who watches over us will not slumber. He guides and protects us, granting peace, hope, and clarity in our decision-making. May your work be filled with purpose and your hearts be fortified by the knowledge that you are serving not only the present desires of our city, but also its future. Let us move forward together with courage and integrity, inspired by the reminder that the help and guidance are always within reach. I want you to remember that you are not alone. Heavenly Father, I thank you for the men and women that serve our city, that have said yes to the yes of lifting up and taking on the burdens of the community, of the residents of this city. Father, let them be reminded that they are not alone. Let our community members stand also behind those who serve us in support and honor. And Father, may we all serve each other in the love and the grace that you give us. We thank you, Father. It's in Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen.
That was the longest prayer I heard. Sit. Please stand up. Put your right hand over your heart. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Wait. Before you be seated, please do the gritty.
Okay, council, let's do it. Will you wait a little bit to get everybody's interest in what you're going to do next? And then boom, deliver.
And the stars.
Let me put it. Got it?
Did everybody have their one?
Ready, everybody? Smiles on three. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Now, regular. There you go. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. You want just a few. Okay, ready? Smile. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Check and see that you want.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Can we get a roll call, please, Teresa?
Yes, council members Ramirez.
Here.
Valencia.
Here.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Here.
And Mayor Ayala.
Here. City Attorney Glassman, can you give us a closed session report, please?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Members of the City Council, the record should reflect this evening, the City Council convened for discussion of closed session. That prior to recessing into closed session, the three items that were listed on the agenda were announced for inclusion in the closed session conversation. That the mayor, the vice mayor, and council member Ramirez were present in closed session to discuss those three items. That there was no action taken that has to be reported this evening on any of those items, and there's nothing further to report. Mr. Mayor, that concludes my report from closed session.
Thank you. Before I introduce Councilmember Ramirez for City Council comments, I'll let you know that we're celebrating his birthday tonight, and let's go ahead and I'm not going to lead the song because I'm not a very good singer, but let's do a happy birthday. I think that would be good. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kate. Happy birthday to you.
I don't think we'd exactly make a barbershop quartet, but anyway, you want to make some comments, Rick?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate that. That's very nice and thoughtful of the Norwalk staff and my Norwalk family to recognize that. So I appreciate it and thank you so much. I have no other questions. Other comments today. See, old age. Yeah. So actually, yeah, I had an opportunity to jog my memory to attend not only a few regional regional boards that I sit on behalf of the mayor, sanitation district, but I also was able to attend a city employee retirement party, a 39-year employee that retired recently out of transit, so congratulations on her retirement. I also attended the Teen Alliance program 30-year anniversary, an outstanding event where, as you guys know, the Teen Alliance volunteers donate considerable amount of time, hours, and energy into all our city events. You'll see them out there working very hard, and it's a great program that all of us on the council support and will continue to support. So they celebrated their 30 years in community service. I attended that along with a number of our city staff, and kudos goes out to our Park and Rec staff for putting on an amazing event at the sports complex. Thank you, Anna Valencia, Councilmember Anna Valencia, for also attending with me. It was great to see the parents and the kids together celebrating their accomplishments throughout the year. And I'm looking forward to another year of life. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Rios is not here this evening. Unfortunately, she is ill. So we will go on to Councilmember Valencia.
Thank you. All right, I'll just touch on a few things. Of course, the mayor's prayer breakfast was amazing, and you did a great job, Mayor. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be able to attend those meetings, those events. And those of you that were there, had a great job, had a great time. And Pastor McKibben, thank you so much. You're very inspiring, and your message, as always, is spot on, and it's just what we need at the time. So thank you. We appreciate it. On the following day, actually that day, later on that Wednesday, April 16th, I went to a meeting with the Maverick Group. It's actually a group of people who are looking into helping us here in Norwalk to do some really good things. And I was able to tour a hotel called, it's a dual purpose hotel. It's called Home to Suites. And this particular one is connected with Hilton. And it's the one in Montebello. And it was a really nice tour and some really good information about the possibilities of maybe hosting something like that here, or having something like that here in Norwalk. We have lots of motels. We have a couple of, I think we have one major hotel, but nothing like that. And it was really just eye-opening and informative, and I really do appreciate that meeting. The next day, I met with our Director of Public Works, Glenn Cow, thank you, and Jackie Kuntz, excuse me. And we spoke also with the representative from the Water Replenishment District. Very informative meeting. I chair, Norwalk City is the chair of the Southeastern Water Coalition. And as such, because I'm the representative to that committee, I now am the chair, and Director of Public Works Glenn Cow is the chair for the other administrative analysts, yes, entity, excuse me. So he chairs that that position as well, and so it's a wealth of information, a lot of information, so much that I asked that we have a representative from the Water Replenishment District, our very own Commissioner, Ali Hernandez, to come and speak at Commissioners' meeting that I'm going to be hosting on May 29th, and our city manager has agreed to that, and we're putting that together. So it is an open meeting, so you're all invited, but it promises to be some really good information, and especially because we are having, in the works is a project down in Hermosillo Park that we're working on, and very proud of it. And just, water is life, and it's a lot of money, but if we are able to do our own projects here in Norwalk, we save a lot of money too. So I'm very proud of that. And then Saturday, April 19th, was the Extravaganza. Lots of fun, lots of cute outfits, and of course the cute egg hunts and, searches were lots of fun. Friday, May 2nd, I also attended the Teen Alliance program. And, 30 years is an accomplishment. So can we give a round of applause to the Teen Alliance program for turning 30 young years? And I'm going to also ask, and she was recognized there, but I also want to acknowledge and recognize one of our hard workers. I mean, all of our employees are really hard workers. But there's a special place in my heart with Rosie because we've shared lots of things together. And when her dad was going through a rough patch and stuff, I was like, what do you need? Chicken soup, this, that, we bonded. So Rosie Lozoya was acknowledged by celebrating her 20 years with Parks and Recreation. So can we give her a round of applause, please? Thank you. Thank you. And that's what I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Anna. Vice Mayor Perez.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. These are new microphones, so I feel like I'm shouting. So if it's too loud, I apologize. I wanted to give a shout out to our bulletins are out for the month, social services and the Norwalk Senior Center. Lots of great activities, lots of information. Please make sure you grab one so you are aware of what is going on. The Norwalk Now also hit all of our home addresses. They're also located at several businesses in the city, here at City Hall, all of our city buildings and facilities. We are talking about all of the events that are coming up in the city and really celebrating some key things. So please make sure you grab a copy of the Norwalk Now. Huge thank you to the Norwalk, to our mayor, Tony Ayala, the Norwalk, Santa Fe Springs, Seroptimus, the prayer breakfast, Pastor McGibbon, neighbor, it was absolutely amazing. We came in together, we prayed together, and we all were able to go back to work and school on time and with a huge, huge blessing, which was wonderful. I've continued to have meetings on Measure A and how that funding, the local solutions funding, is going to be coming back to the city of Norwalk. We are wrapping up California Contract Cities year as my term as president. We had a wonderful celebration. A couple weeks ago, we have our annual conference that is starting a week from tomorrow. And it has just absolutely been amazing. And I'm very blessed that all of our colleagues in the various cities in the county and in Riverside felt that I was the person to lead them for the past year. So I'm very excited about that. Huge thank you to the recreation team, public safety, sheriff, public services. Extravaganza was amazing. Brand new location, brand new parking situations, but what an experience. So definitely keep an eye out. A lot of our programming is going to be changing, and I think our residents are going to be extremely happy with what is to come. Last week I was in Sacramento. This is big conference season, so be prepared. Jesus and I attended the League of Cal Cities legislative tour. We met with Assemblymember Blanca Pacheco. We continue to advocate for Proposition 36 and funding to support that. We talked a lot about homeless encampments and discussions on how it directly affects our city. And I attended one of the sessions in regards to PFAS and how those directly affect our small cities. Last weekend, I attended the California Joint Powers Insurance Authority Executive Committee Risk Management Conference. Holy moly, tons of information. But I'm very proud to say that they had kudos to our team here in the city of Norwalk and everything that we do. So to all of our directors that are risk management forward, I appreciate you in advance. Huge thank you and a shout out to our TAP graduates, our seniors. I was not there, unfortunately, to celebrate with you all. I believe you got a little something from me as a congratulations. So again, Alan, thank you for putting that on. We are very, very fortunate to have our Teen Alliance program here in the city of Norwalk, and we should celebrate that every single day, not just at graduation. A huge shout out to Rosie. Thank you, Anna, for bringing that to our attention. We highlighted the Teen Alliance program last year at Contract Cities, and because of that, there were some additional scholarships this year, so it was very, very exciting for that. And finally, I'm almost done, Mayor. I just want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day. That's all I have.
Good point. The city manager is going to talk about it a little bit, talk about Earth Day and those activities. But the thing I want to talk about is my wife and I had the opportunity to go to an Arbor Day celebration at Ramona Park where there was 60 trees planted out there. It's going to be amazing when when they grow out a little bit, because that park was very thin on trees, and now there will be trees all across the park. The weather was a little bit tough. Probably wasn't an optimum day to be a staff member to be out there in the middle of it. But I just wanted to, give my thanks, for the good time that I had out there to Damian Rosales, Raquel Franco Hernandez, our own Gabby Garcia from admin that relocated to public services, Lupita Pedroza, Monica Carrillo, Natalie Jimenez. These are the kinds of things that kind of happen behind the scenes. But the thing is when you're able to go to park and there's trees out there and there's somewhere you can sit under and enjoy, you really get in touch with how important that is when you're actually out there with the people that are planting the trees, taking care of the trees. I learned more about trees in that one day than I think I knew my whole life. I mean, there's a lot to it, and then they have samples and they talk about the ecology of it, and they roll it into kind of the whole Earth Day theme and how that's important. It was really educational, and I know my wife and I really enjoyed ourselves out there. So thank you to everybody out there. Like always, your stuff is always well organized, and you did an outstanding job. The only other thing I have, I'd like to thank Seroptimus. I first became aware of that club probably like 30 years ago, and because Marilee Marrero at the time, now Stevenhagen, she was always coming to City Hall selling us tickets to their events, and I wasn't, I was kind of aware, but then my daughter ended up joining, and my wife ended up joining, and I only point that out because over the last month, they've done some programming that to me is, very impressive. They have a, Dream It, Be It program, Live Your Dream program. They're focused on, like one program is focused specifically on dealing with, high school freshmen at Norwalk High School, talking to them, mentoring them, and getting that, helping them get their head wrapped around what they want to do in life and to value themselves, to be their authentic self. And I know that Councilmember Rios went and spoke to them, and various people, in the community, like Iso Nakamoto, she went and talked to him. And it's impactful. And then on Sunday, they had a program where they had, what they do is they recognize, 8 ladies that have overcome incredible odds from drug addiction to being abused to, just some real challenging journeys. And they've gotten themselves to the point where they are now independent. They're either in college, finishing college, and what the Seroptimists do is that they bring them together and celebrate their success. And it's that behind the scenes stuff that's just really impactful. So if you ever see them, the name up there, and they're trying to sell you a ticket, maybe consider buying one, because you know what, they do some good work. Not to mention that they're also sponsoring organization for the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. So they've been very busy in the last year or so. And plus, we have members on the council. Vice Mayor Perez, long-time member, and always a supporter and a donor and everything else, and as well as Councilmember Valencia, also a member, donates money, buys tickets like we all do, and Councilmember Rios as well. So anyway, thanks to my colleagues. They're members of the Seroptimists. Thanks to everybody in attendance and members of the Seroptimists, but they do good work, and I just felt that, you know, it's important to point it out when people do it. They do good stuff. It's our responsibility to point it out so they become role models from other people that may be interested in doing the same kind of work. And that will conclude my comments. So we're going into our first special presentation. My colleagues and I are proclaiming May as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And tonight we're recognizing the month of May as Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. With deep-rooted history, vibrant traditions, Asian American and Pacific Islander communities have made lasting contributions to both our nation and city. Therefore, the city of Norwalk proudly highlights Madeline Arenas, a featured artist at the Mary Paxson Gallery, Loida Moreno, president of the International Club since 2013, who has created an inclusive space for culture and dancing, always dancing. Let's welcome Madeline Loida to the front to receive proclamations and take group photos. Council. Whereas, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are more than 6 million Asian Americans living in California, and individuals of Asian descent contributing significantly to LA County region's diversity and vitality. Whereas each May, we recognize and celebrate the rich histories, diverse cultures, and meaningful contributions of Asian American and Pacific Islander communities whose roots trace back to East, Southeast, and South Asia, as well as Pacific Islands of Melanesia, Micronesia, and Polynesia. And whereas Asian American and Pacific Islander individuals have played a pivotal role in shaping the economic, cultural, academic, and civil landscape of the city of Norwalk, the state of California, and the United States as a whole, whereas in recognition of her outstanding leadership and cultural advocacy, Loida Moreno, president of the International Club since 2013, is honored by the city of Norwalk during this year's observance of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Now, therefore, I, Tony Ayala, Mayor of the city of Norwalk, on behalf of Vice Mayor Jennifer Perez and my fellow council members Rick Ramirez, Margarita Rios, and Valencia, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So this I present to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Whereas AAPI Heritage Month serves not only as a time of celebration, but also a reminder of the importance of equity, inclusion, and honoring the traditions and achievements of AAPI individuals, past and present. Whereas in recognition of her outstanding contributions to the arts and her endeavors, Madeline Arenas, a featured artist at Mary Paxson Art Gallery, is honored by the city of Norwalk during this year's observance of Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Now, therefore, I, Tony Ayala, Mayor of the City of Norwalk, on behalf of the Vice Mayor Jennifer Perez and my fellow council members Rick Ramirez, Margarita Rios, and Ana Valencia, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Madeline?
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Do one more. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Item number 2, we are proclaiming May 4 through 10 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week. We're also proclaiming May 4 through 10 tonight as Professional Municipal Clerks Week to recognize the vital work of our City Clerks Department in maintaining transparency, accessibility, and service in local government. In Norwalk, our City Clerks Department is essential in facilitating civic engagement and the integrity of our municipal processes. Let's welcome City Clerk Teresa DeVoy and the City Clerk Department staff to the front to receive the proclamation and take a group photo.
Thank you, Mayor. As my staff comes forward, I'd like to introduce you to a new member of our staff who started last Monday. So she's starting her second week. She's here in the green jacket. Her name is Christelle Zamudio. She's a Norwalk resident for 27 years. She attended Hargett, Moffett, and Go Eagles, John Glenn High School. And she came to us from the Downey court system. So thank you for welcoming her.
Okay, whereas Professional Municipal Clerks Week highlights the vital roles of the Office of the Professional Municipal Week, serving as a cornerstone of local government worldwide, and whereas the Office of the Professional Municipal Clerk is one of the oldest public service professions, providing the essential link between citizens, governing bodies, and government agencies at all levels. Whereas in 1984 and 1994, Presidents Ronald Reagan and Bill Clinton respectively signed proclamations officially declaring the first full week of May as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, acknowledging the essential role municipal clerks play in local government. The City of Norwalk proudly recognizes its own municipal clerk, Teresa DeVoy, the dedicated City Clerk Department staff for their vital service and exemplary commitment to transparency, public access, and civil engagement. This is your favorite part. Now, therefore, I, Tony Ayala, Mayor of the City of Norwalk, on behalf of Vice Mayor Jennifer Perez and my fellow council members Rick Ramirez, Margarita Rios, and Ana Valencia, do hereby proclaim the week of May 4 through 10, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week. And officially, unofficially, these are the folks that keep us all out of trouble.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Do one more. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Tonight, we're also proclaiming May 18th through to the 24th as Public Works Week. We are recognizing another, vital city department that allows the city to do the work we do on a daily basis. And we are proclaiming it May 18th through the 24th as Public Works Week, celebrating the dedicated staff of our Public Services Department. Their work keeps our streets, parks, and city infrastructure safe, functional, and beautiful. It enhances the quality of life for all residents through reliable and efficient public service infrastructure. Let's welcome our Public Services staff to the front to receive the proclamation and take a group photo. Always take the high ground.
Anywhere you want. Anywhere you want.
I was gonna, yeah, we'll get it straightened out when we, yeah, guaranteed wherever you're at. Okay, for our third proclamation of the day or evening, City of Norwalk's Public Services Department provides a wide range of essential services in our community, which are integral to the quality of life in our city. These are the folks I was telling you about with the trees at the park and all that good stuff. Whereas Public Services staff will oversee and maintain infrastructure facilities operations are vital to maintaining a sustainable and resilient community. And whereas Public Services duties range from overseeing facilities and parks maintenance, graffiti removal, median improvement, sidewalk and street repairs, sewer maintenance, water services, traffic and signal operations, tree and green space maintenance, tree operations, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. Pretty much when you drive around the streets of Norwalk, you can include pretty much everything you see as you drive down the street is their responsibility. Public Works Week serves as an opportunity to recognize and express appreciation for the invaluable contributions of public works professionals to our society, whereas the efficiency of Norwalk's qualified and dedicated public services personnel, which is absolutely true, is greatly enhanced by community understanding and appreciation of the vital role they play in connecting and improving our world. The City of Norwalk thanks the Public Services Department for connecting our world through public works. Wait for it. Now, therefore, I, Tony Allen, Mayor of the City of Norwalk, on behalf of Vice Mayor Jennifer Perez and my fellow council members Rick Ramirez, Margarita Rios, and Ana Valencia, do hereby proclaim May 18th through 24th, 2025 as Public Works Week in the City of Norwalk. Mr. Cowell. Lastly, we're proclaiming May as Military Appreciation Month. It's very appropriate because, as you know, May is contains Memorial Day and our celebration of that. but it's a time to honor the brave men and women who serve and protect our nation. In Norwalk, we remain deeply grateful for the sacrifices made by our military community, whose dedication ensures our freedom and safety. Let's welcome representatives from American Legion Norwalk Post 359 to accept the proclamation on behalf of our military community and take a group photo. This proclamation marks the beginning of Military Appreciation Month, a month in which the Department of Defense and our grateful nation will honor the courage, commitment, and selfless service of our military. And whereas our brave servicemen and women, their families, and their loved ones share in the support and sacrifices necessary for our freedom. Whereas in 1999, the United States Congress passed a resolution proclaiming May as National Military Appreciation Month, calling for all Americans to remember those who gave their lives in the defense of freedom and to honor the men and women of all our armed forces who have served and are now serving our country. We are eternally grateful for those who sacrifice themselves for liberty and for the security of this nation. And whereas the month of May as Military Appreciation Month serves as a meaningful reminder for all citizens to reflect on the legacy of valor, resilience, and unity that defines our armed forces. Now, therefore, I, Tony Ayala, Mayor of the City of Norwalk, on behalf of Vice Mayor Jennifer Perez and my fellow council members Rick Ramirez, Margarita Rios, and Ana Valencia, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as a Military Appreciation Month. And I present that to you, Angelo, as commander of the, Mr. Maldonado, I should say, as commander of Post 359 in Norwalk. By the way, these guys did a great job posting colors for the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast as well, and I want to thank you as collectively for that great job.
This way, 3, 2, 1, smile. And one more. 3, 2, 1.
My wife's from Bellflower. Yeah. My wife's from Bellflower. I won't hold it again. Councilmember Valencia would like to make a quick comment regarding what other item we're celebrating this week.
Thank you. It is also Teacher Appreciation Week, and as a teacher, and we have some educators here, I want to remind that this is National Teachers Week, but also today is International Teacher Day. Thank you. Thank you, and happy Teacher Day to all of our educators and that have been educators, because once you're a teacher, you're always a teacher, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. City manager comments, Mr. Gomez.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Ayala, and members of the City Council. The first thing I'd like to do is just say happy Mother's Day on Sunday, and wishing all the mothers the best. And the next item we have is a recap video for the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and wanted to show that to our community.
On the morning of April 16th, the city of Norwalk gathered in unity for the annual Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. In partnership with Seroptimist International of Norwalk, Santa Fe Springs, this cherished tradition brought together community leaders, faith-based organizations, students, and residents for a meaningful time of reflection, connection, and hope. This year's keynote speaker, Pastor Arthur McKibben, delivered an inspiring message that reminded us of the strength we find when we come together in faith and service.
I've been the chair of this event for many years, and I got to see how the putting it on goes, and now as a speaker and being able to share, just an honor and a privilege to try to be able to give hope and some encouragement, some inspiration to the community of Norwalk. It is such a staple event because our community really does want to serve Norwalk.
The morning featured heartfelt prayers, a powerful performance, and uplifting moments that highlighted the spirit of our community.
I'd like to thank everybody here this morning and challenge each of you to spread positivity to every single person you meet, and especially to the students. I would ask you to be that force among everybody that you're around. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
A heartfelt thank you to our sponsors, speakers, local organizations, city staff, and everyone who made this event possible. Together, we lifted up the city of Norwalk, and we look forward to continuing this spirit of unity and purpose all year long.
Always a highlight event for me personally here in Norwalk. The next is Earth Week. We had a great Earth Week, and we have video to show our community. And as you mentioned, Mayor Ayala, the planting of the many 60 trees in one day, an amazing feat for public services, so thank you.
This Earth Week, Norwalk showed up in a big way. The week kicked off with a full day of activities on April 22nd. It started in the morning at Norwalk Park, where volunteers grabbed coffee and teamed up to clean and beautify the park. In the afternoon, the celebration continued at the Cultural Arts Center, where residents learned about the benefits of butterfly gardens, helped plant a small garden, enjoyed story time, and got creative with eco-friendly crafts. The day wrapped up at Gerdes Park, connecting with nature and sharing even more ways to care for our environment. But the green spirit didn't stop there. We wrapped up Earth Week with a special Arbor Day event at Ramona Park on April 26th. Families and city staff came together to plant 60 new trees across the park grounds, growing a greener Norwalk one tree at a time. Norwalk has proudly held the title of Tree City USA for over a decade, a testament to our long-standing dedication to urban forestry and environmental stewardship. These Earth Week celebrations are all part of Goal 4 in the City Council's strategic plan, supporting sustainability and climate resilience across our community. A huge thank you to our public services team, recreation staff, and every volunteer who made this week unforgettable. Together, we're creating a cleaner, greener, and stronger Norwalk for today and for generations to come.
Happy Earth Day!
Lots of happy people there. Our next video is Extravagant Egg Hunt recap video. And just to highlight, we did have it at a new venue, Hollyfield Park. And what that meant for space, we went from about 5 acres to about 17 acres for the event. Great layout, thanks to Parks and Recreation and Public Services. for making that event also a highlight for our community. So with that, we'll play the video.
It was an exceptionally exciting day at Hollyfield Park as families from across Norwalk gathered for this year's Eggstravagant Egg Hunt. With a brand new location and plenty of sunshine, the community showed up ready to celebrate the season together. The event kicked off with a warm welcome from our City Council and the Recreation and Park Services Department. Then the egg hunts began. Kids of all ages dashed across the park, eager to fill their baskets during each age group hunt, including a special egg hunt for adaptive families. Beyond the hunt, families enjoyed crafts, games, and even a chance to snap a photo with the Easter Bunny. Thanks to everyone who came out, we can't wait to see you again next year.
Happy Easter!
As you can see, lots and lots of candy was given out, and many of them went with full baskets of candy. So thank you again, Parks and Recreation, Alan, you and your team, and Glenn, Public Services. Thank you very much. Next, we have a recap of a biweekly video for the past 2 weeks, and I think this one will highlight how active our community is and how inviting it can be. All you need to do is, get ready and participate. But here's our video.
The Norwalk Aquatic Pavilion had the honor of hosting Vice Mayor Jennifer Perez's last Board of Directors meeting as the California Contract Cities Association president on April 16th. City officials from all around California expressed their appreciation to outgoing President Perez for her guidance and support as president of CCCA over the past year. On April 19th, the City of Norwalk and Athens Services held a citywide cleanup event at the parking lot across the street from Excelsior High School. This cleanup event made it easy for residents to dispose of bulky items and hard-to-recycle materials. Everything from household appliances to old furniture and yard waste was accepted. The City of Norwalk and Norwalk Chamber of Commerce held a ribbon-cutting ceremony on April 22nd to welcome Trip.com to our community. The global travel agency offers convenient platforms to book flights, hotels, car rentals, and more. The Chamber of Commerce and the Norwalk Public Safety Department hosted Coffee with a Quadrant Officer on April 29th. This event was an opportunity for residents and business owners in Quadrant 4 to come and meet the officer that patrols their quadrant. On Sunday, May 4th, the Norwalk Arts and Sports Complex came alive with inspiration and celebration at the annual Live Your Dream Educational Awards, hosted by Seroptimist International of Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs. In celebration of Cinco de Mayo, the Senior Center held a fiesta on May 5th. Seniors enjoyed the festive sounds of live music and treats to delight everyone's taste buds. Thank you to everyone who joined us to make this May 5th celebration so special.
So as you can see, a very active community here in the city of Norwalk. Right, dancing. Great. The last item that we have is I wanted to have it be recognized that we have a communications and public affairs team that have won a couple of awards and wanted to highlight their achievements. And with that, I'll have Levy Sun present.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and the community in person and watching online. Those videos you just watched, along with other outreach efforts you may see around the city, come from the communications department. But they do not work alone. They're oftentimes joined by teams from other departments, all working together to better connect our community. It is because of that type of collaboration, I'm proud to share that the City of Norwalk has been recognized statewide by the California Association of Public Information Officials. 2 of our outreach efforts in the past year earned these recognitions. First, a certificate of excellence was awarded for last year's Norwalk 5K Run promotional campaign. The campaign promoted wellness and brought the community together. And this effort overall was led by Director Alan Perdomo and the Recreation and Park Services Department with some support from ours. So congratulations, Recreations, on an award-winning event. The second, an award of distinction, recognized the city's website redesign last year. This was a true citywide departmental effort. The website was honored for its strategic research and thoughtful implementation that can continuously meet the needs of the community. This award to me really belongs to all the staff that participated and had a successful launch for the community. Both of these recognitions are a huge win for our residents because it shows them, it shows the world that we put the community first. And this is all possible, of course, thanks to the team, city manager, deputy city manager, and a continuous support from city council. Thank you all so much. Congratulations, and let's continue putting Norwalk on the map.
Mayor Ayala, if we can have a picture with council and the awards.
Yeah, I would just like to make the comment is that I was, when I was working for the city of Norwalk, I was a member of Capio for several years. And winning these awards, it's extremely competitive, extremely competitive. They are not easy to win because it's a statewide organization. Nearly every city submits something. So for the city, through our staff, to win these things is really a big deal. So congratulations, guys.
She even had that, and one more. I know. We pay attention. One more.
You know, the staff never takes many bows. Like I said before, they're always in the background doing all this stuff, but what's great about this meeting is you get some insight into city clerk's office, public services, communications, recreation. It's you know, it's, sometimes you have to do that because it's kind of, I mean, everybody does their job so well and makes it look so easy, it's very easy for it to fade into the background. And it's just important how hard these folks work for, you know, for the community, for our residents and whatnot. So I'm really pleased, Jesus, that we're able to, you know, create that public education. Well, next on the list here, we have consent calendar. Questions, motions?
I'll move it.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Council members Ramirez.
Aye.
Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Aye.
And Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Next, we had appointments to advisory bodies. Do we have appointments tonight?
Yes, Mayor. I have an, I'm sorry. I just
No,
jumped.
go ahead.
Okay, I was like.
I'm looking forward to it.
I would like to appoint Ms. Maria Carvajal to the International Friendship Commission. And can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Council members Ramirez.
Aye.
And Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Aye.
And Mayor Ayala. Is
Aye.
Ms. Carvajal here?
Is she here?
Okay. We'll go ahead and get her oath out to her and her other paperwork. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Anna. We got to get these filled up.
You gave me a charge and
I appreciate that. Okay, next item, item 15, resolution number 25-15, First Amendment to ground lease agreement for the Civic Center parking garage. Staff report, please.
Yes, Mayor Ayala and members of City Council. This is in relation to the walk project, and Mr. Alex Hamilton will present.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and City Council. The item before you is a bit of background, is an amendment to a parking lease agreement. Back in 1995, the City and County of Los Angeles entered into a long-term ground lease agreement for the City of Norwalk Civic Center parking garage called the lease agreement, and the city constructed and operates the parking structure. The current lease agreement was extended till May 8th of 2060. Here's a map of the subject area. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Civic Center garage. In 2022, the City Council approved the Norwalk Entertainment District, the Civic Center specific plan as amended for a mixed-use project, the Walk project, as City Manager mentioned. This mixed-use project, which will be developed in phases, is anticipated to provide not less than the minimum number of spaces as required by the specific plan. Here's an overview of the entire site. The area of the garage is in the lime green, and the area of the, I guess is red or pink, is the area that will constitute the Walk project. City Hall is shown in yellow and the courthouse in blue. The current lease agreement provides the county an exclusive right to use 450 parking spaces within the parking structure between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. on non-holiday weekdays, and a non-exclusive right to use an additional 450 parking spaces within the parking structure between the set hours of 7:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. on non-holiday weekdays. The key here is exclusive means the exclusive right of the county to use. Non-exclusive means it's kind of a first-come, first-served basis. To provide parking spaces to users of the mixed-use project, the Walk, in the proposed amendment, the county agreed to relinquish its exclusive rights to use 100 parking spaces and its non-exclusive rights to use 50 parking spaces. The First Amendment to the ground lease consists of the following. It would extend the term of the lease agreement until May 8th of 2094. Will revise the county's rights to use vehicle parking spaces in the parking structure. It would eliminate early termination rights by the county and city and make such other modifications and amendments to the lease agreement. Per CEQA, the California Environmental Quality Act, the proposed lease amendment is categorically exempt pursuant to CEQA, as the activity will not have a significant effect on the environment per Section 15301, Class 1, existing facilities. The city will receive, as you're aware, the city will receive sales tax, property taxes, and percentage rent payments from the walk project. Monthly payments will be submitted to the county as stipulated in this First Amendment to the ground lease agreement, and monthly project operating expenses for the relinquished parking spaces shall be the responsibility of Prime Store. Staff recommends the following: that you find that the proposed lease agreement is categorically exempt pursuant to the California Environmental Quality Act, as stated herein, that you adopt resolution number 2515, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Norwalk approving the First Amendment to the ground lease agreement, the Norwalk Civic Center parking garage by and between the City of Norwalk and the County of Los Angeles, and that you authorize the city manager to execute the First Amendment to the ground lease agreement and any documents under the terms of the First Amendment and any other ancillary documents and any additional amendments, provided there's funding in the budget in a form approved by the city attorney. This concludes my presentation. Be more than happy to answer any questions should you have them.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. Do we have anybody wishing to speak on this item, Teresa? Okay, council, questions?
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Ramirez.
Aye.
And Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Aye.
And Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Next, we have project number 7449, award of contract, water main and advanced meter infrastructure, meter replacements, and project number 7937, local streets rehabilitation program, zone 31, asphalt improvements. Staff report, please.
Yes, Mayor Ayala, members of the council, Mr. Glenn Cow will present.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. Mayor, especially thank you for saving me the trouble of having to read that long title.
No, I was just a little confused because I thought that city manager introduced you as John Glenn. And I had to look up. I thought we must have.
And the next
we,
one is
we have
Norwalk.
John Glenn in the room. Check with Jennifer to see if she saw John Glenn out there, and she didn't see him either. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Glenn.
Thank you. The project, basically for the project, we're going to do two things in this project: water main replacements and pavement improvements. The map here shown depicts in the southwest portion of the city where the project is going to occur. Also, under the previous water master plan, it identified this pipe and in this section, the pipes in this section to be replaced. Briefly, for the work scope here for the project, there are two projects. I'll refer to them as 7449 and 7937 for water and pavement, respectively. This is representing the pipes that are going to be replaced as part of the project. That adds up to just under 5,800 linear feet. It's just over a mile of pipe that would be put in. With that, there's a combination of 22, we refer to them as system valves on the system, help it operate and to close it off for maintenance and or repairs or anything that occur like that. And additionally that, we're also installing new water meters as part of that. And the water meters, just a little background, are through a grant through the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation. And there'll be 513 in total. It'll add to the current inventory that we have and keep going. AMR meters, its purpose and advantage is to, it's read where it takes the information, uploads to the cloud, and it comes back down into finance to receive, and we generate the demands from that. Okay, sorry. Some clicker's not working. I'm sorry about that. Back, please. So water main project typically will only replace the pavement, as a little background, over the trench of the water main. But we knew that this project for the pavement, referring to as project 7937, was to go prior to the water main. That's a no-no. We don't do that. We like to coordinate it as much as possible. We do anything underground prior to putting the pavement back up on top and restoring it. So with that, we did that and put that under this project to conduct the pavement to be completed after all water main construction completes. Okay, thanks. This here is a map showing the streets that will be paved, which also includes the water main to be replaced underneath that. Oh, sorry. Just for little details on that, approximately just about 7,100 linear feet of street will be paved. That's about 1.34 miles combined in this here. The process we'll be using will be a combination of grind and overlay and slurry seal for that effort. Next, please. The scope considered for 7937, which is also referred to as Zone 31, as part of the pavement zones within the city, we had advertising for the projects on March 18th. Bids were received. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm back. I'm going ahead of myself. We also do typically concrete with prior to the asphalt work. At your April 15th meeting, you had already awarded a contract for project 7938, which will do all the concrete improvements. That's all sidewalk, curb gutters, ped ramps, in advance of the paving to come in. Next, please. 10 bids were received. The quotes provided by the contractors varied from a low as 3.19 to a high of 6.98. One bid was deemed non-responsive. All the bids were reviewed for accuracy. We checked for math, responsiveness, and such. Checked for background, experience of similar types of work. With that, upon completing the review, staff will be recommending to you tonight award a contract to the lowest responsive bidder. That would be Stephen Dorick, Reynolds, Inc. They've completed similar work here within our city, Inglewood, cities of Covina, Garden Grove, Rialto, Alhambra, and Anaheim. Their most recent project we did with Dorick Construction was 7442. Let's see here. Adequate funding is available for the projects. Combined, there will have water enterprise funds being utilized and local street rehabilitation funds. And that's a combination also which includes gas tax and the USBR grant. This table is a summary of the funding, and the total there of funding available is $5,497,800,000. And with that, last slide, please. Staff recommends City Council award a contract to Stephen Dorick Equipment Rentals, Inc. for City Project number 7449, Water Main and Advanced Meter Infrastructure Meter Replacement Project, and project number 7937, Local Streets Rehabilitation Program, Zone 31, asphalt improvements in the amount of $3,194,303.65, and authorize the city manager to execute the contract and any amendments within the 15% contingency on behalf of the city in a form approved by the city attorney. That concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any speaker cards, Teresa? Is there anybody in the audience wishing to speak on this item? Seeing none. Council, comments, questions?
I'll move it.
I'll second, and just to add one comment, I know we kind of skipped through the slides a little quickly because of it being frozen at a moment, but I wanted to point out that there's 17 new fire hydrants that are going to be put in this location as well. That was one of the slides that I think we got stuck on, and I think that's very important to highlight, that we're continuing to build our infrastructure, not only for our street rehabilitation, our water infrastructure, but the safety of our residents with the new fire hydrants as well.
And these work.
That's a good point.
These work.
Good point. Okay.
So we need to do a roll call?
We have a motion and a second.
Yes.
Okay. Can I have a roll call, please?
Council members Ramirez.
Aye.
And Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Aye.
And Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Item 17 is an agreement for communication system safety and security reporting platform. Could I have a staff report, please?
Yes, Mayor, y'all are members of City Council. Tonight, we have this item before you, and I just want to congratulate Mr. Parker because he's always looking to see what we can do to have a safe public transit system and protecting our employees, but also our ridership. So with that, Mr. Parker will present.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. Mayor Ayala and members of the City Council, as the mayor indicated, the agreement for communication systems safety and security reporting platform is the item that we are bringing before you tonight for your approval. So Norwalk Transit System is seeking to enter into an agreement with eLerts Corporation to provide a communication app system for passengers to participate in safety and security reporting of incidents voluntarily via the eLerts on board our buses. eLerts specializes in a crowdsourced incident reporting system via mobile app called See Something, Say Something, or CSAY as a shortened version of that. And unfortunately, the national transit data in these days have indicated that both major and minor assaults of transit workers and passenger-to-passenger assaults, harassment, you name it, have tripled since 2007, with most of these assaults happening post-COVID. NTS has experienced several of these incidents ourselves on our buses, especially on an ongoing basis of several forms of unruly behavior that we've had to get assistance from our very outstanding public services support as well as LA County Sheriff's support. So we appreciate that effort, but this is going to hopefully help to increase that, to supplement those kind of things. The mobile app has various categories if you utilize it to select for reporting an incident. So you get some specificity sent to our system from a user. It can identify, it can say if it's an assault or fighting, crime in progress, disruptive behavior, human trafficking, which is a big thing these days, unfortunately, lewd behavior, robbery or theft, suspicious activity, as well as unattended bag and package, and finally vandalism, which we have quite a bit of incidents of that nature. The mobile app allows passengers to report the incidents to our dispatch office, as well as submit photographs if they so choose, and they could actually kill the light on their phone so that it's not detected by the perpetrator. They could do that as well. This will assist dispatch in notifying public safety, law enforcement of potential threats to bus operators and passengers. The CSAY mobile app allows for anonymous reporting, as I mentioned, providing discretion and avoids potential escalation of a situation when a phone call isn't an option to report an aggressive behavior that is nearby. And on the screen, you could see an example. Unfortunately, it's a little small print, but you could see an example of the app, how you can report a particular problem. You could select the report type and various crimes in progress. If you want to send a photo as well, this could be very helpful for us. The next thing I would like to say about this, it will also integrate with our Avail CAD AVL system to identify the bus's location in real time to allow NTS to respond effectively to incidents. The CSAY app is being used by quite a few transit systems. Some of the closer ones that are utilizing it is Foothill Transit as well as Victor Valley Transit in the upper desert there. Norwalk will launch a marketing campaign for passengers to acquire the CSAY app. Without them taking advantage of it, it won't be effective. We got to really market this through our our public affairs folks. We're going to put car cards on buses, maybe even some kind of promotion, like a free tap card or what have you, to acquire this app. If you show that you have it on our buses, to get as many passengers utilizing it as possible. We also would use our social media, as I mentioned, Norwalk Now, car cards, and I think the next edition of Norwalk Now will indicate that we're going with this and onboard our buses, as well as some of our new shelters, which we're going to have some panels on those shelters to advertise things of this nature. So, as I said before, the panel there will show that those are some examples of marketing by other transit agencies to get others to acquire the app. We'll have it on our website and see that we could really saturate our passenger population to use it. Therefore, the cost of this subscription agreement is $39,995 and will be included in the proposed fiscal year 2025-26 Department of Transportation budget. There is no impact to the general fund. I think that was Councilmember Ramirez's favorite. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so
Those are the most beautiful words.
Yeah.
In the Norwalk vernacular.
Yes, okay. Staff recommends City Council approve a one-time year subscription agreement from July 21st to 25 through June 30, 26 with Ehlers Corporation for crowdsourced incident reporting system for $39,995 and authorize the city manager to execute the contract and any amendments or extensions provided there is funding in the budget on behalf of the city in a form approved by the city attorney. That concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions, but our manager of transit operations is here as well, Derek Donnell, who has a lot more technical knowledge about this than I ever will. So if you have any questions, please let us know.
Well, you definitely get the award for the longest recommended action of the night, Jim. So that was a good one. Is there anybody in the chambers wishing to speak on this item? Teresa, any cards? Okay, bring it back to council's comments, questions, council.
I have a couple comments. You brought up the TAP card. I'm thinking of Rio Hondo, our community colleges. If that is something that we can also advertise directly on campus with them, because I know several of the students, you guys do a great job partnering with them for the community college students to receive those TAP cards. Maybe we can do a push with advertising on campus as well. And then I'd also like to see, Jim, if you can, give us some updates, 6 months, a year, how much activity, how many people have actually used it. I don't know if there's a reporting system where you can get that data back after so many months of it being live. I would also, if we find this very successful, is it something that we can look at in purchasing or an agreement as a multi-year to obtain discounts if we find that after this first year it's very successful? Is it something that we can tap into as a multi-year agreement and budget for it, knowing that it was a success and prevented several instances from happening on our bus systems?
Absolutely. We will do all of those things, and I thoroughly want to get back to share with council to see how successful we are with getting folks to use it, if that capability is possible. We've already started looking into that, I believe. Derek, is that correct? To see our existing My Stop app, to see how many people are actually using that as well. So we'll do.
Wonderful. And I'm sure Karen with the Norwalk Chamber would love to help us advertise that as well, because I know her daughter used a lot of our public transportation, if I recall. And yes, and so let's utilize all possibilities to get the information out.
Karen loves all new assignments.
Thank you.
She loves all new assignments.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Ramirez.
Aye.
And Valencia.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Perez.
Aye.
And Mayor Ayala.
Aye. Next item on the agenda is oral communications. Do we have any speaker cards? City Clerk. Okay. Is there anybody in the chambers that has a comment to give at this time? Seeing none, we're adjourned.